Right, another day in paradise, an Italian day in paradise probably. Maserati, believe it or not, they used to make motorcycles. We've got 4 Rumis, which we'll run through in a moment. We're just doing a few jobs in this Maserati to get it up to speed. We've just had all the back wheel out, cleaned it all up, checked the brakes. And over here, we're just having a bit of work on the front wheel. So this is our wheel jig, you see. So this is how we true up the wheels. If you have a look here, stand here. As you spin the wheel, you can see whether it's running true or not. That's nigh on perfect. But obviously, if the wheel is slightly out of truth that way, you back those spokes off and pull the wheel this way with these spokes. So we're just going to switch this, stick this wheel back in again here. We've cleaned all the brake shoes are in good nick. We've greased the cam, which the previous owner didn't. It was nearly solid in there. So that's quite interesting here. Lovely steel liner and flange. So really strengthens up. So you're not pulling on aluminium, you're really pulling on the steel liner. There's the spindle in there. So cable on. We've done all these forks. The wheels come up quite well. So this is 160cc Maserati. Overhead valve, lovely castings, and again, you've got the Maserati badge on here. The Italians like to put their badge or emblem on their products, which gives it a bit of quality. That's the Maserati, lovely. These fetch big money, the Maserati motorcycles, because if you've got a £500,000 racing car in your garage, it's a bit cool to put a Maserati motorcycle beside it. So Miller doesn't have a Maserati racing car, but he's at least got a Maserati super sports bike. Here we go. These are the latest addition to the museum, the Italian, 5 of them. We've got the Maserati here, and then this is the 4 Rumis. This is a very early Rumi. You can see a opposed horizontal twin 2-stroke, 1950. This is Turismo, but quite interesting, lovely little sports model. Should give you a nice, comfortable ride. Typical little Italian racing handlebars, and if you can visualize what Britain was producing in 1950, Francis Barnett James is in ambassadors like a million miles away from these. So then we move on to the next one. Again, 1954, we're moving on. Lovely handlebars, again opposed twin. Lovely brakes for the time. This is quite exceptional because it's got alloy barrels and alloy heads, which were the super sports model. I always liked this here, even when I was racing Mondials, where heel and toe they call that, where you can push it down there, or you can use your heel. You see how this back end of the frame, that's all, that bloody casting there is all one big casting just to make a bit of a mudguard up. I wouldn't like to look at the economics of doing that rather than just having a mudguard running down through the frame. So maybe the guy in charge of production wasn't into the finances of the job. We move on one more, another Rumi, 1961. They call this as a gentleman's racer. Again, lovely little bike. They've done away with the heel and toe. They've just got a gear lever here. Kickstart. Again, alloy barrel, alloy heads. Lovely Grand Prix type tank. Lovely cutaways here to get your knees in. So really, really neat. And your chin pad here so you can get down and play racers on it. So great job. Lovely bars. Beautiful styling. And they were almost square bore and stroke. The bore was 42 mil. The stroke was 45 mil. So very good. They actually did Grand Prix racing and stuff, but they never won much. They weren't as quick as the Mundials and the MVs and Gileras, so interesting bike. And bigger brakes on this one, you can see we've gone up to 8-inch brakes from that one, so this is bigger brakes. So Jim's going to fire them up in a minute for you, and then we move on to the pièce de résistance. This is a 4-cylinder Rumi. Actually 2 Rumis engines put together, so you have 4-cylinder, 250. Again, got better brakes, and the Moto carburetors again, they're 20mm again. You've got the twin cables here for the throttles, so they go down and then they branch into 2 more. You've got that junction box there where you get 1 cable going in and 2 cables coming out, so that's how you end up with 4 cables. There we go, so it's over to Jim. We'll fire some of them up.
Fuel on, a little bit of a flood. Slightly noisy at the moment because the end of the silencer is off being replated. It was slightly damaged, so we've straightened it out. Now it's been replated, so the sound is 100% authentic. Nice and light, very smooth running engine. Very lively. Obviously it's only first gear, so you know, it's lively little, very lightweight, probably a joy to ride on the road.